Excuse me. Sorry. Beer. No, I didn't have no beer. Had some rice, but nevertheless, pardon me. Boxing, boxing review. So I'm just gonna talk some boxing. Another thing, I'm gonna do a video and shout out to Bruce MF Vane. He really be on it. I've really been watching a lot of his content because he keep it real like me. You know, um, he been speaking a lot of truth on what's going on with boxing and stuff. So if you get a chance, check out his channel, Bruce MF Vane. So, shout out to that guy. But nevertheless, of course, um, they made sure that Ryan basically got a belt. That was the overall plan to get him a belt. Mauricio Sullivan, he hooked Oscar De La Hoya up. And basically Mario Barrios was the weakest link. You know, as you can see, they're not pursuing a rematch with Devin Haney. So it looks like they're going to move on from that. And Shakur Stevenson need to make sure that there is strenuous drug testing going into a fight with Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia cannot be trusted. And the funny part about it is Ryan Garcia had the nerve to sit up here and be talking that Christian stuff when we all know what he said and we all know what he's done. You know, and let's just keep it 100. Let's just keep it funky. I'm about to do the same thing to, Ryan Garcia fans and Ryan Garcia supporters and Ryan Garcia, like how they like to do us. Just totally try to discredit us and something. I mean, let's just keep it 100. If you really look at Mario Barrios fights, Mario Barrios just had took a lot of punishment. He lost to Keith Thurman. I mean, he lost the Tank. And I mean, he's got dropped in what, three of his last four fights. So he's hit the canvas a lot. So by y'all standards, he was cherry pick. So let's just keep it 100. He was a cherry pick. He was the weakest link. And I'm gonna say this about Barrios. I like Barrios. I remember when Barrios was training in Hayward, at Virgil's gym. So, I got a chance to meet him. Barrios, he's a good dude. Y'all know, back in the day when I first started, um, you know, covering boxing, basically going to fights and all that kind of stuff. Mario Barrios was one of the first people that I started to interview on a regular basis. Him, Joey Spencer, a few other people. So, they kind of got the gears going. And my first ever interview as a boxing media member was with none other than Caleb Plant. Ironically, ironically, a white guy. But Caleb Plant is always giving me interviews for the most part, unless he really was like in a hurry to go. I'll mess with Caleb Plant. He's solid. But like I said, it got to be said. But this is see what they do. They will sit up here and hype up somebody like Mario Barrios. They will make it look like this was the greatest victory that we've ever seen in boxing. This is like Ryan Garcia's most triumphant. Like they really making it look like this is Ryan Garcia's most triumphant fight. Now keep in mind, Barrios had a fight a few years ago. I forgot who the guy was, but many people said he lost that fight. So, like I said, I'm giving them a taste of their own medicine. See, I want them to come on here and say that I'm hating and say something slick so I really can go the hell off. Because that's basically what I'm doing. I'm trying to see can I get them to take this bait. So, so, so but yeah. Because I mean, I mean, for real, if I had my computer, I could look up Mario Barrios' last fights and I can um, easily like break this down. I'm just I'm just saying, if you want to get specific, like I said, this could come across, you know, but they making it look like this is the most triumph victory. I'm just saying, Mario Barrios, who had a life and death fight with Manny Pacquiao, and many people believe that Manny Pacquiao should have got the nod in that fight, but I'm just saying, let's just, because here's the thing, they love to do this to the brothers, so why can't I do this to them? Why can't I do this to them? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do my damnedest to like disregard this victory. But they really trying to sell this as, you know, as some kind of landmark victory from Ryan Garcia. I mean, coming off that horrible performance versus Rolly. Oh, I'm a believer now. We'll see. We'll see how much of a believer you'll be when Shakur gets a hold of him. When he gets beat with a basic jab all night and get countered. He keeps saying, "Oh, I'm gonna come after Shakur." Cool. That's exactly what Shakur is gonna want. That's exactly what Shakur is gonna want. For you to come straight forward, and he's gonna box circles around Garcia. He's gonna make him pay for how Ryan Garcia. I mean, for real, for real. Ryan Garcia still make those amateur mistakes. Yeah, he got amateur experience, but he still makes those amateur mistakes. And let's get straight. Timing kills speed pretty much all of the time. Like I said, everybody talking about Mario Barrios, but you know, like I said, let's just keep it. Let's just keep it a bean. Mario Barrios had a few L's on his belt, and like I said, if you look at his resume, like I said, he had already got knocked out by Tank. I cannot remember that guy that he fought. I forgot his name, but um, I think it was either a win or a draw for Barrios. But nevertheless, many people thought that he lost that fight. So, then the Keith Thurman fight, they basically took the easiest route to get Ryan Garcia a belt. But when I'm saying with Shakur Stevenson better be on his P's and Q's when it comes to negotiation. And Oscar already making it look like they're gonna try to drive a hard bargain, that they're gonna be trying to play games in negotiations. You know, I'm just keeping it a buck. So let's see how negotiations work. But Ryan Garcia is not the ace of Shakur Stevenson. He's not. He's not. I knew that they was gonna find a way to maneuver around a rematch with Devin Haney because he dropped out of the 360 VADA test. Nah, Shakur is gonna be on top of that. Because when I see Shakur and when I see Jay Prince, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I don't care if I don't care. I don't care if we doing a live interview. I don't care if we doing a recorded interview. I'm gonna tell them, make sure that Ryan Garcia is on the up and up before you know you go into a fight with him. Make sure he's willing to do random drug testing and put stipulations in the contract that he has to make weight. He has to make weight, and that he has to pay like whatever the cost is the whatever they're going to be getting paid for the fight, that Ryan Garcia, he has to pay $500,000 for every pound that he, like I said, I would stipulate Ryan Garcia to death. I would put in the contract that we want immediate, that we want dates that he was tested, not post fight. But let's see what, and for real, let's see what the drug tests say. Let's see what the drug tests say. And I went and looked. Shakur, he was kind of hinting that Ryan might be suspicious. So I'm gonna tell Jay Prince, did y'all make sure that everything is on the up and up? Like I said, I would put a stipulation that Ryan Garcia, if he, man, if he fails the drug test, if he doesn't pass his drug test, that basically he forfeits his whole purse. Because I'm gonna make sure he on the up and up. I'm gonna make sure that he's on the up and up. I'm gonna make sure that he complies with testing, that he makes weight. Like I said, now they're supposed to fight at a catch weight of 144, but they're saying that Ryan doesn't have to have a rehydration clause. So Ryan came in, I think, at 146. So I don't think it's gonna hurt him to come in at 144. But one thing about Shakur, he has to be on his P's and Q's, because he cannot afford to lose to the likes of Ryan Garcia. Because I promise you, if Shakur loses to Ryan Garcia, all of a sudden they're going to try to say Ryan Garcia is the best fighter in boxing. Because at the end of the day, it's like excuse me. Because at the end of the day, they basically are trying to make it look like that there's a race to number one, and that they're gonna try to put Ryan Garcia in the mix. They're gonna try their hardest to put him in the mix to try to make him a pound for pound fighter, and try to say because they see what's going on. The brothers are too dominant, and based off, like I said, they still trying to recover from what Bud did to Canelo. This is just a fact. This is just a fact. So they're trying to find a way to insert Ryan Garcia in the mix. But they really trying to pass this Barrios fight off like Barrios was undefeated and had like a 90% knockout ratio, and they're shocked. I mean, when I heard that might have been under the weather, I already knew that what was going on. They, like I said before, they are spooked. They're worried. They have to find a way to put somebody like Ryan Garcia. They have to put a Latino in the mix. But Ryan Garcia isn't remotely a pound for pound fighter. So Shakur better be on his pivot, as urban politicians say. He better be on his P's and Q's. He better make sure everything is on up and up with Ryan Garcia. Like I said, I would stipulate him to death. Let's not make it look like Shakur ain't got no bargaining power. So there you have it. Anyway, it's your boy Tam. I'm out.